Okay. Oh. Welcome back to another StarCraft Casuals. A walkthrough for the campaign, in which I play the game at what I think is the lowest skill cap possible. In order to prove that, this game can be played by casuals, and it's not that difficult. Today we'll be going to Revolution, and this is where things I think will start to get a bit tricky for me, because first of all, this part of the Terran campaign, I've never played it properly. I know that, like, the campaign will introduce you to units and things for the faction, each faction, bit by bit, in hopes that you'll learn to use them. I just think some of the things are garbage, and I don't really use them as much or as the campaign wants me to do it, you know?
Hey man, headquarters has begun analysis of the discs. They expect to have them decoded shortly. I hope whatever's on those discs is worth it.
Receiving incoming transmission from Arcturus Mix.
You and Captain Rayna have done well, Commander. I believe our efforts have weakened the Confederacy's grip on the fringe worlds. But our job out here isn't done yet. Lieutenant Kerrigan, my second in command, will elaborate.
I'll get straight to the point. Our sources tell us that Antigua Prime
Is this okay? Is this loud enough now?
Unfortunately, the Confederates seem to be aware of this as well. They've stationed a large detachment of Alpha Squadron troops there under the command of General Duke.
It will be your job, Commander, to free this colony and show our good intent to the Antiguan people. Lieutenant Kerrigan will help you deal with Duke's officers. The rest of the Confederates are yours to deal with.
Yeah, I don't think it's my mic being soft. It's like at the max volume. I think I'm just a bit too far from it. Anyways, we are going to have an introduction of all time. As you can see, we start off with no base, heading towards this direction, and bam.
What? I haven't even said anything to you yet.
Yeah, but you were thinking it.
Oh, yeah. You're a telepath. Look, let's just get on with this, okay?
Right.
And welcome to the club, buddy.
What?
Sarah Kerrigan, the Confederate Ghost, a lieutenant for Arcturus Manx. So one thing I like about, there's something about game designs that I like, in which that, well, they don't really say it here, or do they? I'm not so sure. I missed a bit of the mission briefing when I was adjusting the volume. They call, she's a ghost, and things about game design is that when you think about like the naming conventions of units and stuff, characters and all that, you hear ghost, and what do you think of? Invisibility.
I hate these things. They can sense me even when I'm cloaked.
Alright,
We should take these out.
so these things, remember them from that holdout, that 30-minute holdout mission? One thing that I have on them, if you click on them, is this label here in bright yellow, detector. So I think all in all there are like 7 detectors in this game, and they, apart from what they do normally, they also can see invisible units. So for the most part, you have to be careful of them when using stuff like Kerrigan and all this. I can assure you at least that invisibility is that not really much of a big deal for the most part in the campaign, because invisible units are kind of crap. We'll be seeing one later, but let's not jump the gun yet. Let's just move forward. So one thing you can do, if you see no buildings, no detectors nearby, just bring your invisible unit there and start like going pew, pew. Look, they can't do anything. They can't see me.
I gotcha.
Another ability she has is the lockdown. And what it does is that these guys can't do shit for like 66 seconds. It's absurd. And I guess it also plays into the ghost naming that, you know, it's something to be afraid of. Especially since biological units suck for Terran. You'll be using mech a lot, and then when you run into a lot of these ghosts, they'll just keep locking you down later in the future. But you know, for now, let's not worry about that. So as you can see, there is a bunker here. There's a missile turret. If you bring Kerrigan along, she's dead. One thing we can do is that use units that can be repaired to move forward, like we did in the previous mission. No, we can't repair Jim Raynor there, but you know, here he still has a lot more HP, a lot more armor. You bring him forward. He's also fast, so he'll definitely go forward. And it doesn't matter anyways, because Kerrigan just uncloaks. Always make sure that Raynor's in front. After you kill everything, be very careful. They have a tendency to move forward. And I know right now, I think I'm like doing more micro than I should. Yeah, let's just pretend we're bad again. And hover over everyone, A-click forward. There we go. Don't click anything, we just watch people kill things and Raynor soak all the damage, and yeah, everything will be fine. Now, move back a bit because they're moving forward again. Oops. Uh-oh. You know what? It's okay. I'm bad at this game, so immersion. No, I think I'm losing. One thing you're supposed to do, actually, is just cloak Kerrigan and send her up here.
Lieutenant Kerrigan reporting.
Kind of forgot about that, if I'm being honest. I was a bit too lost in the sauce with explaining like bunker aggro and all that, and then I forgot the moment you destroyed that one missile turret, it just sent her forward and that's it. So there we go, she goes in, assassinates someone in the cutscene. Even though, you know, her damage, it takes at least 2 shots to destroy them. High ground always wins. If you notice, I don't know if you notice, that low ground attacking to high ground has like a 50% miss chance. There'll be like some kind of indicator where the projectile just keeps hitting random parts on the floor. It's a bit difficult to show that through the Marines, because Marines have like hit scan, so you won't really see. You'll just have to see the ground and which part of it is taking fire rather than the actual building itself. Anyways, we go back to building SCVs and we are introduced to a new unit. As you can see, just now we were fighting one of these things. It's called a Wraith. It's also shares the same naming conventions as, you know, ghosts. Which means one thing is that they can go invisible. You do have to research it though. They are bad. There's no other way to sugarcoat it. These units are... I don't like them. I think they are too expensive for what they do. They only have 120 health, no armor, despite the fact they're made of metal. Deals only 2 more damage than a Marine at probably a lower attack speed too. Look at that. They're good against air, but air units kind of suck. However, you know, we're new. We're not supposed to know that, so let's play with the Wraith. So one thing tricky about the missions going forward from here is that we're not so sure where the enemy will attack from anymore. They give hints by putting bunkers in places, so the most we can do to prepare for that is just fill in every single bunker you can find. And one of the tricks this mission does is make this place look very empty. Look, oh, you've already been through here. There's no way someone will come here. Spoiler alert, someone will come here later, but you know, we'll just pretend we don't know, right? You know, just to make the game devs feel good about it. Even though this is like a 20-year-old game. Oh, I'm new. I do not know. Yeah, StarCraft 1 Marine is I think it's just by the fact that they path a lot better than everyone else because they're so fucking tiny. And every other unit just doesn't know how to move. That's what I think about StarCraft 2 Marines being really good. They're so cheap as well. And I think in this game it's like really easy to get an economy going. Brood War especially. So one thing also we can do is put Kerrigan in the bunker because she's a hero. If she dies, she dies. And we lose the game and you have to go through that all over again. This thing has been on fire for a while. I forgot to repair it. Is this a slow skill possible? So another thing that we start to learn from this mission on is expanding. So you can see there are a patch of minerals here, but there's no command center here. Who are these minerals for? Well, it's for us, of course. Go there, build a command center. What are you doing? Why are you not doing your job? And it's always good to have like better economy, like more economy. Like I said already, build as much SCVs as you can. Because, you know, you'll soon notice how fast your mineral count just rises up with the more workers you got. And that applies the same for having like more places to mine from. There's only so little you can get from this small patch here, and at a certain point it just peaks, right? Like you won't get any higher than that because I think only like 2 to 3 SCVs can mine from one mineral patch at a time. I know in the second game it's 3. I think here's because of the shit pathfinding it's got 2. But we'll just assume it's 2 because they're not going to like grab these over here. You know, they're gonna get confused and then find something else easier again later on. So the more command centers you have, the more areas you're mining from, the faster your economy goes. You know, it's just logical. It can, like, it sounds like it should be logical, but you know, when I was a kid, I'm like, oh, you know, building more than one base to defend, that's horrible. It really isn't. Attacks are pretty slow in the campaign, and I'll say this, in multiplayer, you know, you're not fighting bots, you're only fighting one person. I'm bringing multiplayer into this a bit. You're only fighting one person at a time, so you don't really need to worry about attacks from every direction. No human's going to be able to do that. Well, the top players like Clem are not really human, but you know, you won't be fighting against them yet. So don't forget to build your academies and all that. They're the ones that enable things like comsat stations. And I don't know why we should build a machine shop, really. Like all these new buildings have these extensions which allows you to upgrade your current units. I don't think we'll be building vultures this time. And we're going to do something kinda unique, alright, to newer players. And that is blocking off areas. I'm pretty sure all the veterans will know how to like use buildings to cover up choke spots and take advantage of the shit pathing. The shit AI pathing, and just, you know, it makes them go crazy. You just build a bunker right here, I think here or here. Like leave your factory here, and if everyone tries to attack from here, you know, they'll go into a frenzy. They'll run around and, you know, not know where to go. They'll start attacking the factory instead because that's the only thing in their way, and they'll just die. 9 times out of 10, there's enough to just hold this whole place overall. And yeah, I did say like, oh, but they would attack from here. You know, as you can see, this whole area is water, and we've been noticing people have been crossing the water to come over. That means there are transport ships. We have them too. So let's start building our control tower. You want to try to clear as much space as possible between the movement of your units to a certain area, because you know you don't want your units to get in that lost in that frenzy as well. Now we've got the academy. Okay. Well, now we can do 2 research at once. I'm not thinking that much today. Don't forget to mine gas. I forgot to do that too. And one thing I don't like about, let's see, can I actually move it closer? I did say always remember to move. Oh right, if you build another command center, they will just go there when they can't find the current one. Yeah, you can move closer. Let's just move it closer. This one. Yeah, let's block this area off. Yeah, the SCVs are at least kind of smart to find the nearest command center if they can't mine from one. And right here, I'm not doing anything. It's okay. It is a good. It is a good simulation of newbie StarCraft playing. We're gonna be stuck here for a while. This is where the mission starts to get longer if you are not really sure what you're doing, because you don't know where the enemies are on the map. At least, you know, you have an idea that they're somewhere here. So one thing we can do, the reason why we built this, is also to build a comsat station. I remember saying the comsat station before. It reveals an area on the map. Another thing it does is it also acts as a detector. If there's something invisible, it will see it for a while. And it's pretty cool, so that you don't have to, you know, build detectors to fight things. You can just click your little marine army or whatever that, you know, does not have any detection, and just send them forward and fire this off when you feel like it. As much as I would have wanted to build it early, I was like rambling a bit too much about stupid things just now. So we noticed the waves are getting bigger. We should start using spider mines as well. These are good tools to butter down the waves, you know, as they are heading forward. And since we have 3 of them, might as well just use them. And let's park Jim Raynor all the way here so he doesn't die. We're not going to be using him as much. Now, since this mission introduced us to the Wraith, it's been long overdue. Talking about everything else except the Wraith, mostly because I don't really want to build them. But you know, since they introduced it to us, let's use the Wraith. Let's build. As you can see, they're so expensive, and that's why I do not like them. We only have 1 gas geyser, and it has a lot of gas, but the harvesting is so slow for them. So we'll build some of these Wraiths. Let's not build too much, because they're kind of bad. We'll also do something that even now I don't like doing as much, but we just have to build it. Oh, don't forget the since we know that there are flying units in this game, don't forget to protect your mineral line by building turrets around the cliffs. This way, let's try not to block the SCVs. I think they should be able to get them from here. If that way, you know, we won't panic when we hear, oh, you're under attack, and we see these guys just dying, and oh no, where are my units? They're all in bunkers. I don't want to, like, you know, I don't want to remove these bunkers. I want them to stay there. What if they attack me later on? I'm just like voicing out the kind of things I think in my mind as a kid. And in the end of the day, when you get attacked from all sides, it's kind of easy to get tilted. So we will build as many of these control towers. We will research the spooky ghost ability so our wraiths can go invisible. And we will start scouting for where the enemy is. Boom. Oh, there we go, another gas geyser. Surrounded by minerals. Just keep scanning the low ground, you know. It's, I guess, logically, like someone would try to start scanning here first and then sweep all the way to the left. But you know, we found them, see? If I can remember, look at that! We saw it! An invisible spider mine! There, and it disappears. That's the detection part of it. And we know that this is the base we have to destroy. So, as we can see that there's a whole river segregating us from them, and we know we have to fly over. It's going to be one of the really annoying things in this game, is that using transports can be my brain too small, guys. I don't like using transport. I don't like ferrying people. I just want to A-click ground. And this is not an insult towards anyone. I know a lot of, like I do know a lot of people who do not like to use transport still. You'll prefer to just like A-click the ground because you know, why do you want to use transports? Don't forget to rally the wraiths somewhere where they won't get lost. Like just press R, left click, or right click the ground. And this is the part where we wait for a large army to build up and then we attack, because that's the easiest thing to do. One of the other tricks you can do, which does not require like a high level of gameplay, it does require like understanding your buildings and faction a bit more, is that we start building barracks. I think this is something where you also need to recognize the map a bit, be more familiar with the map, but I'll just tell you a trick in case that, you know, you want to feel smart about it. You've just started playing StarCraft. Your friends are like, yo, what are you doing? You're like, I'm proxying. What is a proxy? You build your barracks all the way here, because like this is something that you can only get with like a bit of experience playing the game. But there is like, I think there's like, yeah, there's all this empty space over here, and one thing we can do is that because Terran buildings can fly, we build them here and then we land them right here. We just pump out Marines non-stop. However, of course, we still have to deal with these wraiths who will destroy it the moment it lands. And that's where we send our own wraiths. You know? Again, control left click to select everything, so you don't accidentally select the SCVs. Control left click. See? Yeah. There we go. Move forward. Cloak, and then we start rolling people. These guys are not good at taking down bases, but you know, this little bullying thing, just you know, catching units off guard, they're good at that. And let's not get too close over there, because that thing will spot us and ruin our day. We'll be looking at some new enemies as well. You'll notice that they have these weird, strange walking things that seem to be a bit tanky. We, as you can see, they have like these weird cannons here, which I do like that. Yeah, the design for these Goliaths, I really like them, these walkers. And I like how, you know, even just by looking at them, you get the idea that they are someone who attacks upwards. If that makes any sense. Like, look at them. The way their guns are positioned. Because they're good anti-air. You know, it's just design telegraphing. Alright, I made a mistake here. This is a mistake I used to make a lot as a kid as well. One thing is that when you start attacking buildings, the AI will go really crazy and start sending everyone to defend it. So that's one thing you want to be very careful about. I forgot about that, about warning everyone about that as well. Oh no, what is happening here? I should start building Marines just in case. And if you start like attacking any building, the AI will respond to it like very quickly and very aggressively so too. They'll just send everyone. Sometimes even their whole base will converge on it. It is I'm not sure how the remastered AI works, but for the original game that's how it is. Oh, they have, I've been outsmarted. They have a longer range than any of these bunkers. Sorry, like forget everything I said before about putting buildings to block this thing. I was wrong, completely wrong. We almost lose our factory, guys. It's okay. They are repairable. And we will go back to... Alright. I want to say we'll go back to doing like a little harass with the raids again. But let's be smart about this. Like, I know there's a difference between being new and being smart. Right? We are here to learn how to play this game. This game is not that difficult. It's pretty easy. And we will start doing the funny thing where we lift up all our barracks and plant them here. You know what, let's not do this first. This is still a bit too silly for newer players even. We will do what the game wants us to do, and that is build dropships. Dropships are transportation units, and transportation units transport people over, especially ground units who can't sprout wings or who can't seem to like swim over this like really shallow looking river because you know their little cauldrons are bigger than their heads. And we'll just prepare this here. You know, we will have them floating, but let's play the game as the game intends us to play it. We'll just build a lot of ground units. The reason, see, there we go. We prepared for this 10 minutes earlier. The reason I don't build fire bats, I think they're kind of I think they're kind of crap as well. I think for the most part, and this is something good about Terran. When you want to play infantry, the Marine is all you need. They attack ground, they attack air, they attack really fast. There's not really a reason to use a fire bat because they are slow, they're clunky, they need to get up close, and they just die. I don't like them. They only have 10 more HP than the Marine. I don't think that is I don't think there's anything special. So what the game intends for us to have is we have a group of wraiths, and you know, since we don't want to get too much into like unit count, optimal unit count or whatsoever, we'll just assume, hey, the game allows us to select 12 at a time, so that means 12 is a good number, right? It's the magic number for units, and we'll just build 12 wraiths. These 12 wraiths, as you can see, it took them really long time to destroy this thing before everyone started coming and killing us. We won't be focusing on that. we will use them to support fire, to protect the dropships as they're going across, as we transport all these Marines over. And you know, because we're a bit because we also don't want to micro as much, therefore we attack in sheer numbers, quantity over quality. Because we have so much minerals and we're not really building much of it. So let's just build 6 dropships so we can ferry as much Marines as we can to the other side to do all the damage we want. And we'll just hope that this works. I also don't want this to be too long because this mission, if we're not like cheesing or anything, if we're not rushing things out, it can take quite a long time. Just because everything's over the river. I'm not really fond of like transport gaming and all this kind of thing. I don't have the micro to do all the amazing plays And we don't even have reavers to to abuse the transport anyways. So we'll just rely on a large amount of units being ferried over. Always remember to... Oh my god, need to build so much supply depots. Always remember to control left click these units so that you don't get mixed up. And keep building supply depots because we need tons of them. Make sure these upgrades are done. And we will see how much. This is empty. Yeah, we need more marines. 3 barracks are honestly it's not really that fantastic. We should have been building more. Instead we built more here to fly over later. I promise we'll like work with this later on. Maybe I should throw down a save or something. I don't know. These are almost filled up. I know that it can be a bit difficult to keep track, so mostly just right click every dropship until like no one can go in anymore. If you want to know like which one still has space. And there we go. We are almost done. I don't believe we can build an armory in here. So there's no way to make our wraiths stronger. They're pretty crap, and they're gonna remain crap. But it's okay. We have ground units to the rescue.
Base is under mission.
Look at that. They can't even take down a bunker. Oh, they're so bad. Like, the cost of 2 wraiths is 300. And they barely do anything to 4 marines who cost only 200. Sure, the bunker is another 100, and it all goes on to like the same value, except the wraith also costs 200 gas for 2 of them. And they barely did anything to this thing. They're so bad. I don't like them. I know they might have their uses. I'm just not a fan of that. I think invisibility is pretty crap in this game. It's not really like that useful. Look at the amount of missile turrets there are. What are we gonna do with that? You're not supposed to attack the base with the wraiths. You're just supposed to... I think the game even acknowledges that you're not supposed to do much with the wraiths. You're just supposed to like protect the dropships as they're crossing by. So you send in your wraiths first, and cloak. So look, they can't do anything. Ah! They don't know what's attacking them. And then you send in your dropships when everyone disappears. Click on this unload all button. Select this area here, and watch as all the marines start coming in. And then we just keep control. So here's, make sure to check whether the unload button is still there, because if it is, that means there's still people inside the ships. They wouldn't manage to land all of them because of the pathing and just all sorts of funky stuff. But now here's the part where we just control left click, A button, this area, A button, this area. Don't send the wraiths in, they will die. A button, this area. Drag A button this area, select A button this area, A button this area, A button this area. Oh god, they're stuck in here. What? And we just watch the chaos. Everyone's just gonna run around circles, and later on, your men will die. Send these dropships back because your men will all die, and then you'll have to rebuild again. We'll start the rebuilding actually right now. Because there's a chance every one of them will just like perish in that attempt to push. And yeah, that's how we do it. That's how we do things as people who don't want to micro as much. Actually, I might just be winning. I take that back. We kind of... That was a proper number. too exciting. Yeah, classic Golden Age Blizzard. I don't really like how do I say it? Randomness. I'm not so sure like about full randomness in this game. I think it's just like a limitation in which the AI can't handle more than 12 units at a time. I'm not sure. But anyways, I thought we were going to do this song and dance forever. It turns out 48 Marines was the right number. So yeah, you know, easiest mission of my life. It should be the easiest mission of your life too. There are no micro required. Victory. Okay. Did I miss a cutscene? Yeah, I did.
It appears that the Confederates are in a state of panic about the Antiguan revolt. I'm picking up a high number of Confederate transmissions going back and forth between their outposts and their headquarters on Tarsonis. Most of the transmissions are heavily coded. But wait, here's something.
This is General Duke calling from Alpha Squadron flagship NORAD 2. We've crash landed and I'm being hit hard by the Zerg. Request immediate backup from anyone receiving this signal. Repeat, this is a priority 1 distress call.
Zerg? Here? Serves them right. About time they got a taste of what it's like to be in there mixing it up.
Jim, I want you to move in and save that base.
I'm positive I didn't hear that right.
Arcturus, have you lost your mind?
Listen, I know Duke's a cold-hearted bastard, but an entire colony shouldn't have to suffer for that. Besides, a Confederate general could prove to be a powerful ally. This is an opportunity we cannot miss.
I don't like this at all.
I'm not asking you to like it. I'm asking you to do it.
Yes, sir.
Great. Let's get this over with.
A whole colony does not need to suffer for that. Keep that in mind. Remember that. Whatever the hell he was saying. Oh, right. We're getting hit by burrow strikes right now. So once again, put the you know what? Nah. We'll just play this normally.
Sounds fun. Right on.
I remember there was I think it was something else where an SCV, an infested tyrant will like burst up from the ground. I think it was mass recall instead. So yeah, the moment things get into fire like this, they'll actually start burning down. And as you can see on the mini-map, this thing popped up. So we actually can get access to everyone here. Quickly put them in the bunkers. Get repairing.
This one better hurry. That ship won't last long against those Zerg.
Get repairing everything. Get everything being repaired. You better repair this too, huh? It's kind of weird. Like, this mission has always been kind of weird for me, just because of the ability to control these guys that you're supposed to be rescuing. As you can see, like, certain units require Vespene gas to be repaired. I think this guy too, yeah. If the unit costs gas, like mechanical units, they'll require gas to repair. So as you can see, this thing's on fire right now. Why do you keep... Make sure these guys, like, press... This is where you press the H button on these guys. They are their movement is bad. I like the Goliath. They look cool. They sound cool. They have good HP, good armor, good damage, attacks both air and ground, but they're really stupid. Look at that. Because they have this like massive hitbox and can't fit into many spaces, and they just decide to go halfway around the world just to get to position B, you know? Fucking Uncle Sam's just across the road and you decide to like travel the whole Great Wall of China just to reach him. I don't know why these guys do that. Actually, I do know why these guys do that, but I still wish they wouldn't. Bunkers are minerals, so they don't require gas to repair. But we want to like get the refinery up as soon as possible. So this thing will not die. This thing has to survive as well. It's a bit weird for me that you can repair this thing and it won't go back to fly. I mean, like, that's what repair does, right? But you know, let's not nitpick on old game designs. It's just how it is, you know. That's how they really wanted to make things be as it is. Now that we got gas, we can get the SCV out. Start to repair this. We want to keep the SCV inside here because we want these guys to remain alive as possible. So we want to keep repairing them because the moment they die, we die. It's really hard to get people over here. Actually, not really, but we'll get to that later. So, because the objective is to get Rainer and 2 dropships over. And we've seen how a bit like far behind the I think it's kind of good balance maybe. Is it? Not really. It's interesting way to balance it. But, you know, whoa, where did they come from? Do you see that? They just spawned. That was freaky. I did not see anything drop them there. And you know, things are happening right now. This green goo, we didn't see the unit that cast it. So so this one's a bit tricky as well because you can't just walk over here. There's a cliff, and I do believe the path starts here and it circles around all the way here with a lot of Zerg in the middle. So naturally they want you to take a really long path around, and did not fill this bunker, I'm sorry about that. They want you to take a long path around and reach there. That means you have to build a lot of units and all that. But you know what? It's gonna take a really long time. And you know, one thing about StarCraft missions that can get very wary is when, you know, you spend the longest time just preparing and trying to fight, right? And I know with like very like minimal micro ability, it's really hard to do the cool things that can save you the time. However, the time save here does not require that much, you know, does not require a... Why did he walk there? What is wrong? I forgot to press... Oh, these guys are like horrible units. You know, okay, let me show you a trick. Let me show you a trick. You can build one of these, right? Yes, we can. Alright, cool. Build a missile turret here because, again,
Base is under attack.
you are in, you know, you have like these SCVs. You are in like, despite the fact that you're in enemy territory, they allow you to build things here. So we will try to abuse that. And with this thing here, they can no longer go through. Let's go. Alright. This is mostly like, yeah, air units will attack later on too, but it is a way we just, you know, we just stop them from being stupid and climb up this ramp. This is the only ramp they can walk through to die. So, you know, you guys are staying here, where both the bunkers are, and you will never, you know, you will never die. We should build another one here too. We'll build another one here so that the anything that tries to transport over will die, and maybe one here as well. This way, these guys will just never leave from their really crap hitbox and puffing. Get back in, get back in. Oh, there we go. It's attacking things already. They can't even see. That's something just weird about StarCraft sometimes. Like, your units randomly can just like pierce the fog. And, you know, we don't know why. Like, sometimes they're stupid, they don't see anything, and they just like do not do anything. And sometimes they attack things that even the player themselves can't see. You're like, why do you do that? I don't know. Just felt like shooting my missile in that general direction.
Not enough minerals. Not enough minerals.
Remember to build the academy. This thing is always useful. Like, you want to get it as fast as possible. Right now, you know, I'm playing like really slow and all this. I'm just trying to slow down like to a great level so that, you know, it takes time for people to understand what's going on. But you know, I trust the human capability to be faster than to play faster than me. So with all these in mind, you know, even a person who's new to RTS should be able to play it in a more optimal way. Especially right now, since I'm just trying to think of ways to like help explain what's to explain how you are supposed to play these missions, the things that are being introduced, and any like tips or tricks that you can do. Like, you know, blocking these guys in so that they just don't waltz to their death anymore. Like the last one. It's a bit of a pity we lost the last one. 3 is always better than 2. Actually, can we? No, there's not enough space. Yeah, that's out of everything for this. Well done, Blizzard. GG. Now we build a concept station. And don't forget to build this. This thing is always useful. Marines, you're always gonna... Like, bunkers are good. They're always going to be good for Terran. You always want bunkers because they're just very cost-efficient defenses. You know, you got 4 guys inside pounding on the enemies that come near, and they're protected with 350 HP. It's just always good to have. And Marines in there, you know, if they can attack further, it's always the better because they're not moving anyways. So I'm not going to use the long path. That one's actually kind of too difficult and kind of complicated. We're going to be a bit cheeky for this one. Every time this one has energy, scan. You see these things here? These things do 100 damage, 110 damage to air units, and these things here are like they attack air. Have we ever faced one of these before? I'm not so sure actually. But these are like the defenses that the Zerg have. This one attacks the ground. They have this little tentacle thing that like buried to the ground. The tentacle plugs itself, you know, and just jacks you from the another side. And this thing, you know, it has this weird chimney thing and it just shoots smoke at you. Wow, this one can deplete. Wow. When a Vespene geyser has been depleted, it means that you're still getting gas, by the way. You're just getting like 2. Whoa. I forgot about this. They can attack from there too. So, you know, we're losing workers because I'm not a good player. I don't move my workers away when they're getting attacked. I just wait for the eventual demise as my guys try to find their way through this labyrinth, this curved labyrinth, which requires like a PhD in quantum physics to figure your way around for some reason. And we lost a lot of workers. So there goes our economy, and
Base is under attack.
we are smart people, so we will remember that. We will build a bunker here and 4 more marines. Now, if this is depleted, you only get like 2 gas instead of 3. If I'm not mistaken, like the maximum was like 3. So you're still getting something, it's just really slow. And one thing you can do is always like explore the map. I know there's a base up here already. I forgot that your Hydra is there. It's been a long time, but I do remember like one thing good about Zerg is that, you know, they have this like really disgusting jelly thing that will signify that, oh, okay, Zerg are here, let's not go there. So unlike those Hydras that, you know, are burrowed just now, if you see any of this purple jelly shit, just don't go through it. And we will continue scanning this because we want to see which is a safe place that we can fly over. We got a glimpse of what everything looks like, and what I want to do is something very cheeky. So as you can see, we have a new building called the Armory. It is used to build these Goliath things. We can start building these guys. I do want to start building these guys because I just want enough to take out these defenses here. And later on, what we will do... See, with only 3 of them, 2 of them is not enough. This guy's already on the verge of dying. We want to clear through this path. I think this is the... because we can fly. There's one thing good about flying is that you ignore terrain. And that's why you're flying. This one looks like the safest path over. So I want to clear through that path. And we can do that by being a bit cheeky. But first we will build some Goliaths. They have good health. And we can upgrade the... Let's get the vehicle plating. So... one thing about, I know I built 2 academies just now as a mistake, but because there are like 4 upgrades here, it is not wrong to like build another one just to speed up the process in which you get these upgrades. And the reason why I want them to be as fast as possible, because I also want to get dropship armor, as they're the ones that we're bringing over. Jim will be flying on the dropship because all you need to do is just ferry him over with the ships and the mission's over. And by doing that, we want to clear a bit of this path with these Goliaths. There is a safety buffer here, as you can see. I'm going to like show you what these tentacle things do. As you walk there, they go... Look at that, it's it's actually kind of sick. I really love the animation for these sunken colonies. They are one of the coolest. It's a bit gross to look at, maybe, for some people. I don't know. I just find them really cool. I love their animations. And but they hurt a lot. Maybe we don't get to see their damage. I wish we get to see what damage buildings do. I think there was like 30 or 40 per tentacle strike. It just hurts a lot. And the one reason why I want to like do this as fast as possible, because we're running out of resources. I would say, like, if you want to play this properly, push up here. You see these 2 Hydralisks, kill them, bring a command center here, start mining from here. You will have to defend against this base, but you know, just another bunker and 4 marines will do. But you know, that will take a long time for me. I am a bit impatient. And I want to teach, I do want to like let newbies know that there are different ways to play this game too, rather than just waiting the long game, building a ridiculous amount of defenses. I mean, a ridiculous number of army units and just waltzing in every time and doing the same thing over and over again. That can get pretty old. So we're going to try doing something faster. I say faster, it still takes 16 minutes. But you know, I'm not expecting anyone to be able to like figure out how to complete this in 10 minutes. the moment they just start playing StarCraft. So we will build more than 2 dropships, alright? We will bring these Goliaths. That was weird, he stopped moving there for a bit. And we don't, so here's a very basic thing to do. Remember when I sent the Goliath in just now and guys just start rushing him? We want to separate them and we're going to do pulling again. So if you can remember, what happens is that you go there, you make sure that they are out of the range of these buildings, and then you attack. Like, that is, I don't think that is something like hyper advanced, it's just common sense. So I trust people should be able to do that, to do that kind of thing. And after that, you just go back, this guy dies. So if it's like really, you know, I know that we don't want to micro so much, but if you're just standing still like this, at the very least, when you see someone dying, you try to like pull them away from the whatever's attacking them. And if everyone, you know, there's a tendency for everyone to attack the wrong thing, so try to like, if you see them attacking like different things, try to get them to like attack the right thing that you want them to attack. It is just a bit of micro, like it is not really anything so intensive. You know, again, I'm here to like, one thing I need to remember about like newbies is that just because they are new to StarCraft doesn't mean they're probably new to gaming. And people might have a brain, you know, they might be able to adapt really quickly. So I will like, even though I said lowest skill possible, I will try to keep in mind that people are smart and can learn. And as time goes by, your skills will get better. Always remember to check whether SCVs are doing things or not, because you know, you want your economy to still be good. Every SCV counts towards economy. Now, one thing we can do here is high ground vision. See, so the Goliaths, when I bring them here and A-click this area, they will be like, what? There's nothing here. They cannot see anything up here, right? So one thing you can do is you surround them here, press the hold position button, put them as close as possible to this cliff, hold position button, get a dropship, and slowly move. Like when you right click, just keep pressing the S button, so it just moves very slowly. And there, look at that. She reveals the thing on top here, and they can attack, and bam, it's gone. And now we can like go inside and use this safety ground here. Where are you going? And unload everyone in this spot. Like, make sure you are close to here as possible, so the spore colony doesn't destroy you. Like, it has a very far range, but you know, it should go down fast enough. And we want to like take out all of these spore colonies. See, that gave vision to the bunker. That's pretty funny. And take out these scourges. Like, target down the scourges. Take down this last spore colony. Where are you? Now we'll put him inside here, because these two are still healthy. And then we go here. Remember to, yeah, you want to like, because when they move, they sort of like do this little silly thing where, you know, they move in they split up in a certain formation. We want to like squish them together first. And when you move, you keep clicking the ground, try to like guide them so that they don't like split off anywhere. And as we land here, there we go. We won. Not much required. We don't even know how much Zerg bases are there in the fog.
Slimy Confederate piece of shit.
Jim, enough. I'll handle this. The Confederacy has fallen apart, Duke. Its colonies are in open revolt. The Zerg are rampaging unchecked. What would have happened here today if we hadn't shown up?
Your point.
I'm giving you a choice. You can return to the Confederacy and lose, or you can join us and help save our entire race from being overrun by the Zerg. I don't think it's a difficult decision.
Join forces with you? I'm a general, for God's sake.
A general without an army. I'm offering you a position in my cabinet, not just some backwater post. Don't test my patience, Edmund.
All right, Mangs. We got a deal.
You've made the right choice, General Duke.
I can't believe you're really gonna trust this snake.
Don't worry, Jim. He's our snake now.
The amount of grizz Mr. Manx says is off the charts. Even getting old man into his heart. Anyways, we're done here. That was NORAD 2, and yeah. Moving forward, there will be a lot of like weird ways to complete the next few missions because as the campaign progresses, enemies get stronger, objectives become harder to achieve, and Manx did nothing wrong, indeed. You know, that will be very relevant for the next mission. But to then, you know, we'll see you next time. The next one will be what was it? The next one will be the Trump. All right. This is a really funny one, but for now, you know, 2 is done, and I hope, you know, all of this will be helpful.